It does not matter whether you are sitting in a private medical college or an average medical college. Stay focused, work hard, do not give up. फरीदा चार गवाया हंड के चार गवाया सम लेखा रब मंगेसिया तू आहू केरे कम. That means you have got 24 hours in a day, 12 hours in a day and 12 hours you sleep. In the end, the God is going to ask you what is the purpose for which you came into this world. Hi, I am Dr. Mankirat Dhillon. I have done my MBBS from Government Medical College, Amritsar. I am currently doing MD Radio Diagnosis at Maulana Azad Medical College. I have secured All India rank 7 in NEET PG and rank 19 in PGI Chandigarh. Friends, I have done my MBBS from an average medical college. I was an average student during the MBBS. People at my college used to think that they cannot get into the institutes like AIMS, PGI and MAMC. But I am here to tell you that yes, you can also get into any of the central institutes. You can get any rank in the NEET PG or any central institute exam.
Mankirat, you had done your MBBS from an average medical college. Okay. So where did that spark of motivation come within you that you started preparing so early in your MBBS?
So I could not get a very good rank in NEET undergraduate, and MAMC was my dream college, of course. So that thing actually stayed in my mind that I was not able to get into a very good college. So therefore my idea was to get a very good rank in NEET PG exam so that I could choose my college, I could choose my branch.
So if you had not done well in the NEET UG, you always have an opportunity to do well in the NEET PG exam. So even if you are from a private medical college or from a normal government medical college, you have the chance to be in the central institutes like AIMS, MAMC or PGI. Okay. Mankirat, I want to know from you that motivation can come when anyone can see a motivational video. Okay. When you can see the topper's interview, motivation can come. But the problem is about staying consistent. I want to know from you that how were you able to study daily? How were you able to grind daily for at least 4.5 years?
There was a fear in my mind that I will not be able to crack NEET PG exam, I will not be able to get a very good rank in the NEET PG exam. So that fear of failure actually motivated me to do more and more. So because of that fear, I started my preparation early in second prof, and once I started the preparation, daily I used to do something. I used to read some topic, and at the end of the day, at the night time, I'll assess what I've done in the entire day, and daily I'll do this, and I'll assess what I've gained today. And if someday I'm not able to read something or gain something new, I'll feel bad about it. So slowly and slowly I got into habit of it. I got the habit of gaining some new information daily, and gradually in the third year I started practicing MCQs, and then I started enjoying the studies, because MCQs, they generate a doubt in your mind, and then you try to explore that doubt in your textbooks, in your MCQ books. So doing MCQs and getting motivated after getting answers to those MCQs, that helped me more and more. So this way this journey continued. Daily I used to gain something, and it was it became a habit.
You have emphasized a very good point that we have to focus on improving daily, and we have to assess ourselves daily. And also this fear of failure that you have talked about. I have seen students in MBBS that when they get this fear that I have to pass the exams, what will happen to my future, they start drinking alcohol, they start smoking ganja. And I know this problem is very much prevalent in Punjab, in medical colleges in Punjab. So why didn't you choose that path and you chose the path of studying?
So the problem with the students is, once they enter into MBBS, they think that they have achieved everything, but this is not true. The success is a journey, it's not a destination. So you have to do something daily, you have to improve yourself, you have to do better and better in life. So this phase of MBBS, especially the first year, second year and third year, this is a very vulnerable phase where the people, they are very curious to do new things, and they get into this bad habit of alcohol and other drugs. But actually at this stage, they are too immature to think about the consequences of this. And once they get into this habit, they are not able to come out of it. And I've seen even the entire families getting ruined by the drugs. It will not only decrease your performance in the entrance exam or the prof exams, but also it will actually degrade your entire life. So please, it's my humble request, please don't do drugs. Think about your parents, think about yourself. You have done so much hard work to enter into the medical college, and now you are doing all this. So think about your parents, think about your family, and now you have to do so much more in your life. You have to choose your dream college.
The thing is that we don't have to get into this peer pressure. Okay, this peer pressure will come, your other friends will be enjoying, they will be partying, but you have to realize that these things will definitely not help you in the long run. It will be difficult for you to clear the professional exams also, and it will be difficult for you to clear the NEET PG exam also. So I feel very proud of you that you were away from all these things and you didn't even touch any of these things during your MBBS, and I think this was your secret of success. Okay, so I want to know, what did you study in your third year MBBS when you started doing MCQs?
So once you enter into third year, you have to do your third year. Apart from your third year, that is IENT and PSM, you should do first and second year subjects thoroughly, because first and second year subjects, they form the base. And if you know pathology, pharmacology, microbiology well, these subjects you know well, you will be able to perform better in final year. Your medicine will become easy, your surgery will become easy. So I started doing MCQs in third year. I started doing MCQs of first and second year subjects. Okay. I realized how much I have forgotten and what are all the mistakes I have done. So I spent a lot of time on first and second year subjects in third year. I completed almost all the MCQ books of first and second year subjects in third year, along with the MCQ books of third year subjects. Okay. So by the end of third year, I was confident with first year, second year, third year subjects. I started doing MCQs. I got into this habit of doing MCQs, and also I managed to cover one or two short subjects like skin and radiology.
Okay, so this is a very good strategy and a very unique strategy that you have followed, because I have seen that many students in third year, they usually want to study final year subjects. Okay, they will go for medicine, surgery, and they don't have any idea about first and second year subjects. So what students in third year can do is that instead of going for the final year subjects, they can start revising from the second year subjects itself, because second year you have just studied and passed the exams and you have come into the third year. Okay, and first year subjects also, they will form the basis of surgery, radiology, orthopedics, and it's a good idea. Now I want to ask, what are the final year subjects if someone is not able to do any final year subject in third year? So will that be a problem for him in the final year?
That's why I told you, you can cover one or two short subjects to decrease the load on the final year. Try to cover 2 or 3 short subjects in third year, so that in the final year you focus more on your medicine, surgery, obs gynae part. So even if your 1 or 2 short subjects are left not done properly, you can manage that in internship. So I think third year, it's very important. Third year is very important phase of PG entrance preparation actually.
That is also one phase where students get distracted.
Yes. And this is the time, where when you start doing MCQs, the people around you will say, "Arey itni jaldi MCQs karne start kar diye." But please do not run away from the MCQs. In the end, the exam you are going to face is an MCQ exam. So start doing MCQs as early as you can in your preparation. Whenever you finish a topic, try to see what are the questions asked from the topic. Are you able to do those questions or not? If you are able to do, it's good. If you are not able to do that question, then now you have to think about something. Then whether you need to join some coaching, or you need to do some MCQ books, or you need to read the standard textbooks properly. So do MCQs, analyze your preparation, and decide for yourself what suits you. What makes you do all those questions, and what is better for you. You have to choose yourself. Don't run here and there. There are so many resources available. So try everything and choose what works for you.
So basically third year is a time where we can explore our strategies. We can listen to the strategies of toppers, and we can follow each strategy, and we can see for ourselves that which strategy works for us. Mankirat, now I want to know from you that what was your strategy in final year? Many students keep asking me that, sir, final year में क्या strategy बनानी है? Which books do we have to read? And how much time do we have to devote for each subject like medicine, surgery, obs gynae, peds?
In final year, try to read standard textbooks. Okay. You cannot read the entire book, but at least start doing selectively. pick up the topics which you have to do. Selectively read the books. For example, Bailey, I read selectively. I didn't read full Bailey. I read selective topics, and I looked at all the images in the Bailey.
From where can we get those selective topics?
Selective topics, there are two sources. One, you can get it from your coaching notes, because whatever is taught in coaching notes is high yield. And secondly, you practice MCQs. When you practice MCQs, you get to know from where the questions are asked, what is the trend of the questions, and that's how you modulate your preparation. And read textbooks selectively in final, because there is not so much of time.
And also I feel that the questions that you have for the prof exams also, that is also very good source for high yield topics.
Yes, mostly for the final years, the topics of the prof exam and the MCQ exam are almost the same.
Because even if you read those topics from the standard textbooks, you will form a good concept.
That will help you in MCQs also.
I want to know that how much did you read medicine, like for 3 months, then surgery for 3 months, or obs gynae for 3 months, or you were reading them continuously? Did you form any timetable for your final year?
In final year, it's actually very difficult to form a timetable. In final year, I'll touch almost every subject daily. I'll touch OBGY daily, I'll touch medicine or surgery daily. So I read the subjects continuously.
Did you form the schedule, or was it just random? You were just reading randomly?
It was with the flow, but I made sure that I practiced enough MCQs and I look at the important topics so that I don't get lost.
Okay. So now we will come to your preparation and internship. So was your internship hectic or was it light?
It was hectic in between. There were some light postings in between. So it was a mixture of both. Okay. But by the time I entered internship, the good thing was that I had covered almost all the subjects. I had covered all the important topics. I had covered all the MCQs. But this was possible only because I started early in the preparation. So when I entered internship, I know which area to focus, in which topic, what type of question will be asked. So my idea was actually to make a good strategy, to make a timetable, to finish my first revision, first proper reading by July or August, which I was able to do. And after that, after finishing the first proper reading, I planned 2 more revisions before the November AIMS and PGI exam. And in final year, I focused 50% time I devoted on MCQs, and 50% time I used to read the theory. This is possible only if your concepts are already clear. If your concepts are not clear, you will waste more of your time in reading theory, and the MCQ part will be compromised. So start early, make your concept so that in final year you can do MCQs. And
so before internship, a student's aim should be that he should be clear with the concepts, and he should have gone through the MCQs also, so that when he comes into internship, he should have an idea what I have to read, which MCQs I have to do, and how I will space my time throughout the internship. Another question that students think is that यार internship में तो clear ही नहीं होता, internship के बाद देखेंगे. How were you different from those students?
This thought came into my mind also in February, March. This thought came into my mind that yes, I won't be able to get a very good rank in the internship. Why not take a drop and get a very good rank after giving 1 more year to the preparation? But I suppressed that feeling because I gave my 100%. I won't waste this attempt. I'll give my 100%. I'll not give up in the midway in my preparation. I'll give my 100%. Even though the postings were hectic, I was not able to cover subjects along with the medicine postings, gynae postings, but I didn't give up. I gave my 100%.
So that is a very good point that you have highlighted, that we don't have to give up and we have to suppress that thought. We have to think differently from what other people think. That कि internship में clear नहीं होता, ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. Internship में you have also cleared, and many students do clear also. So you have to stop thinking that internship is hectic and it is not possible to clear in the internship, and you have to just keep on studying in whatever time that you get.
Yeah, this thing actually during my hectic postings, this thought came into my mind that I should give up the preparation. But then I thought, I utilized this fear actually as a motivation. This fear actually motivated me to do more and more. So whatever time I was getting, whatever off I was getting, suppose I have Sunday off, whatever off in the posting I'm getting, I'll give my 100% in that off. I'll try to gain as much as I can in whatever time I have available. And in whatever break I get in the internship, I'll try to read notes and also. I won't waste even 10 minutes or 15 minutes of the time. So I utilize whatever time I had, I utilize that properly.
So that's a very good point, that you were able to utilize the small bits of time that you were getting on weekends or while doing your internship. So this should be your aim while you are doing the internship. So another point that you mentioned, that you devoted 50% of your time to MCQs. So is this a valid point for a student whose concepts are not good, who does not have a strong hold on the theory?
If you do not know the concepts well, then I will say first half of your preparation, that is 6 to 7 months or maybe 8 months, you devote for building concepts. Build concepts properly, but that does not mean ignore MCQs.
Okay.
At least devote 20 to 30% time to MCQs.
Okay.
To MCQs, but primarily you focus on building concepts. And once your concepts are clear, that is by the end of July, August, September, then you do this 50% thing, 50% time to MCQs and 50% to the notes. MCQs are equally important. You do not have to ignore MCQs. By just cramming notes, you will not be able to do anything in the exam, because this time the paper was so lengthy and time management was the key. Even I was able to finish the paper just on time. I attempted 298 questions out of 300, but that was possible only I had done so much practice that my MCQ speed has actually improved so much.
Mankirat, now I want to come to the revision part. In the revision, we have a lot to read and we have to cover that in a very short period of time. So how did you manage it?
Revision is actually a boring process, and I have seen people, cramming notes and getting frustrated. So I adopted a different strategy. Now suppose I have to revise a subject. For example, I am planning to revise dermatology. What I will do is, now suppose today I am starting my dermatology revision. In the morning, I will give a subject-wise test.
Okay.
I have not revised subject yet. I am giving a subject-wise test. I'll assess, suppose in subject-wise test, it has 75 questions or 100 questions. I'll see how much I'm able to do, how much I remember. And after doing the test, I'll assess which are my weak areas and how much I remember about the subject. Then I'll start doing the revision. Then I'll read notes thoroughly. I'll focus on the areas which I've forgotten. Then I'll review the MCQs from the question bank. And after that, after finishing that quick revision, I'll give another subject-wise test after the revision is over. So before starting a revision, I am giving us ST. After completing a revision, I am giving a ST. So after doing revision, definitely I'll get a better result in the subject-wise test. But the more important test is the test which you give before the revision, because that tells you, how much you remember about this subject and how much time you need to devote to this subject.
So now I want to ask you that what should be the strategy to revise the questions, whether it is from question bank or whether it is from MCQ books, because it is easy to complete the question bank once, or it is possible to complete the questions once, but how do we revise them?
Doing questions once is actually not sufficient. You have to revise questions also again and again.
Okay.
So you have to revise the questions which I've already done. You have to revise those questions. You have to go back. You have to review all those questions.
Okay.
So as to see how much you remember, how much you have forgotten. And also at the same time, you have to practice new question also, because in the NEET you'll face new questions. So you have to do surprise questions as well as review the previous questions which you have already done. For example, I reviewed entire Q bank twice or thrice before entering the exam.
Okay.
Entire Q bank. People do bookmarks only, but I used to review entire Q bank.
So students, I want to tell you that this is one success mantra of Dr. Mankirat, which you can take away from this video, is that you can revise the whole Q bank again. Okay, it's not just the bookmark questions that you need to revise. You can go through the whole questions again, because in the last month I feel that even if you are just giving a one read of your all the subjects, okay, and you give one read of all the questions, then ideally you have
Covered almost everything
2 times. Okay, so in the last month you are reading just not once, but at least 2 or 3 times when you are doing the questions. Okay. Mankirat, do you want to tell something about how to prepare for these clinical questions that is asked in the new pattern NEET questions?
This time the pattern of NEET was a bit different, but I had not prepared for this pattern, and still I was able to score good in the NEET exam, because my basics were strong. So whatever the pattern of the exam, you keep your first and secondary subjects strong. If your pathology, pharma, microbiology, they are strong, you will be definitely able to correlate and answer the questions in a better way. So do not worry about the pattern. So keep your basics strong, first and secondary subjects strong.
Another question a student has asked is that how do we have to revise these grand tests?
In my internship, I didn't have much time, so I used to review only the questions which I marked wrong.
Okay.
But if you are a post intern, you have time, you can dedicate an entire day for grand test. But if you have limited times, just review the wrong questions.
And do we have to read the whole explanation in the grand test?
I don't think so. I think if you know the question, you know it, that you have marked it correct. Whole explanation is not required.
So we can just look at the whole explanation of only those questions in which we are getting the questions wrong.
Wrong or we are doubtful.
So Mankirat, at last I want to ask you to tell the students something motivating that will inspire them for the next 5 months and get a good rank like you.
I think first of all, wherever you are sitting, whether you are sitting in a private medical college or an average medical college, you have to believe that yes, I can get into central institutes. Start your preparation as early as you can, do as many MCQs as you can, and do not give up. Do not give up during third year or during internship. Give your 100%. At last, I would like to quote something by Farid ji. Farida, चार गवाया हंड के, चार गवाया सम, लेखा रब मंगेसिया, तू आहू केरे कम. That means you have got 24 hours in a day, 12 hours in a day and 12 hours you sleep. In the end, the God is going to ask you what is the purpose for which you came into this world. So work hard, stay focused, stay healthy, and do not give up.